What is the Story of Nancy Drew was released in 2023 as part of the Who Was series. I guess they ran out of famous people to write biographies for, so they're moving on to fictional people.
Argo Font Book Review, Argo Font Book Review.
This educational book starts with the story of Edward Stratemeyer, who started a book writing company that had big hits with the Bobbsey Twins, Tom Swift, and the Hardy Boys. He wrote outlines for the first 3 Nancy Drew books and paid one of his remote employees, Mildred Augustine, to write them for $125 each. A summary is provided for all 3 books, followed by an explanation of why Nancy Drew was so popular with girls in 1930. She was a great and independent female role model. Stratemeyer died less than 2 weeks after the first Nancy Drew books were published. His daughters assumed control of the company, with Harriet Adams overseeing the Nancy Drew series. She and Mildred had creative differences over the direction the series should go. Mildred continued to write for the series for over 20 years. In the 1950s, Harriet Adams took full control of writing the Nancy Drew books. She oversaw rewriting the series. All the books were shortened, some had major plot changes, some had technology upgrades, and some had harmful stereotypes removed. The rewrites were hugely successful. Whenever I talk to people about Nancy Drew in real life, 99% of the time they are thinking about these rewrite editions. The series kept going with more books, dolls, a cookbook that I don't recommend, and a TV show. The 1980s saw Nancy's 50th anniversary party, which had walk-around characters, a mystery for guests to solve, and celebrities, including future Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I wish this book gave us the complete guest list and all the details of the mystery, because that would be so cool. The 1980s also had a big court case over the publishing rights to Nancy Drew. I wish this book had gone into more detail about the case. It doesn't say much, beyond the fact that, during the trial, Mildred was publicly revealed as the author of the original Nancy Drews. The rest of the book is a description of most of the Nancy Drew book series, which came out afterwards. They rebooted the main series twice. There was a spin-off series for younger readers, which got rebooted twice. My favorite is the Nancy Drew Files series for older readers, which was rebooted into the popular video game series. Recently, there was a TV show and a movie and graphic novels. There's definitely hundreds of Nancy Drew books across many series. But like I said, whenever I talk to people about Nancy Drew in real life, 99% of the time they're thinking about the yellow-backed rewrite editions. The end. Post-book follow-up. I like this book. It's educational and has good pictures. It rushed a little bit at the end, but that's okay, because the first 30 years of Nancy Drew are the most important ones. They deserve the most focus. There were places where the book could have gone more in depth, but I am satisfied. If you asked me to write an educational book about the Nancy Drew series, I would probably hit all the same points that this book does. Plus, I'm friends with the Nancy Drew Sleuth unofficial website. That's listed as a resource in the bibliography section. I can't hate a book that cites my friends as a source. This book is definitely recommended by me. I give What is the Story of Nancy Drew a thumbs up.